Three of the most entertaining and compelling minds come together once a week to talk about absolutely nothing. Pop culture, stocks, parties, you name it. And also, your guess is as good as ours. This is Wingin It. With Aaron and Austin Platts, here's Dylan Corbett.
All right, another episode here. We got the fellas, Austin and Aaron Platts. I'm Dylan Corbett. Cold open here. Excuse me, not cold open. We've got our lovely voice, Brennan Duarte, greeting us here as I continue to filibuster to find out what the fuck episode we are on. Okay, it's episode 9. There we go. Just found it. Yeah, plenty to get to. First, I just want to get this out of the way. Joey contradicted the fact that we got a pedicure together. He actually texted me furious saying, "Stop telling lies on the podcast." I thought it was us. I'm sorry. I was just looking for straws there. Anyway, let's begin.
Who was it? Who was
you know what I think it was? I went with my old girlfriend, Abby Gwynn, like way before I had guy friends, which kind of made sense while I was going to get a pedicure. Anyway, let's get to Facebook pokes. Something I miss. Our youths. I mean, this was the old flirtation device before it became an Instagram like, right? And in the Instagram DM, the Facebook poke. Who's got this one?
Yeah, I mean, I had Facebook poke wars with probably 3 or 4 people, and they got up there. We were in I think the 2000s, 3000s, something ridiculous. Because you can poke multiple times a day.
True.
And I was just
don't
curious,
you have to wait for a poke back?
Yeah, you got to wait for poke back. And, whatever happened? Did I just stop poking back? Did they stop poking back? And I kind of miss it. Did you guys ever do it?
I think we grew up. No, I think it's just been the change in social media because then it was like Snap streaks, Instagram, sliding in DMs and all that. I'm trying to pinpoint what year that might have been because that was
Facebook. It was like 08.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, great times.
Yeah.
Facebook poking people? Are you kidding? That was the original slide in the DM. That was before
100p.
Facebook Messenger. I mean, I'm pretty sure I got my first girlfriend off Facebook poking.
Wait a second. Let's reminisce about this some more because wasn't it iChat when we all got the first Mac and then everyone was video chatting? And then I guess
AIM?
Skype. Yeah, AIM, exactly. Messenger.
Who was video chatting over AIM?
Your boy?
I don't think I've ever video chatted.
It wasn't even an option.
What was it called? It was like the first Mac thing, and it was just it was like before iChat and Facebook.
Skype.
Yeah, I mean maybe.
Yeah, Skype was big.
It was 100% Skype.
Yeah, Skype was huge. AIM was way back when we all had I think my dad still has an AOL account. I was like, whatever happened to that company? It's crazy how technology.
They got rid of AIM 2 years ago. There's
officially
a big Twitter post about it. Yeah, people went nuts. Austin, you can still poke people on Facebook.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. I mean, how would I even find my last pokes?
I don't know.
Is it a popular tab still?
But they definitely switched it up. But if you go deep in there, you're probably gonna have a few pokes.
I might have to poke.
Dude, there's people
like
waiting
Ben
on
Geller.
you. That chick, your chick who won't kiss you, she'll poke you.
Oh man, yeah, exactly. Hey, you want to get lunch and then ghost you and then Facebook poke your ass?
Yeah, she never responds. I give her a little poke and then she'll text me.
Simpler times.
How funny would it be if you texted somebody, dude, I fucking poked you weeks ago, bro.
I feel like we did that way back when, on our Motorola Razr. Oh.
Yeah, we'd be like, hey, poke me back. Is everything okay?
Dear God.
But AIM, if we're on that subject,
Sure.
This is how every AIM conversation went. Hey, what's up? NM, HBU, same. So who do
Yes.
you like?
BRB was huge.
And then you started getting into who do you like? And it's like, ooh, I like someone, wink face, but I don't know how to tell them.
Before emojis. You had to go with the old school semicolon half parenthesis.
I'm getting that shit tattooed on my leg. Just
dude,
a little mini conversation. NM, NM. So who do you like? I'll tell you if you tell me.
And then you never end up telling each other, and then you start it right back up the next day after school.
You gotta stay updated. All right, here's something that scares me for an update, and I don't know who snuck this in here. Sober January? Come on.
All right.
I did it last year.
Yeah.
How'd it go?
If I had only known.
Well, is it like part of like to lose weight too? God, I stepped on a scale today for the first time in like a couple months. It was over 2 bills. But yeah, it's like because I think my buddy Matt does it and Ty has done it before, where it's like Whole30, where you're like making like better food, and basically like, my buddy will stop smoking because that's why he'll like go get DoorDash and McDonald's or something. He stays focused for a full 30 days to kind of eat healthy, and they shed like 20 to 30 pounds every single time, but then it's just like they don't keep it up. Like they'll just do it for a month. So I guess that's kind of the same thing with what you're doing is Sober January, just kind of, I don't know, shedding the extra beer weight.
Wait, Audie, are you doing Sober January?
So I was actually the one that put this. I think, Aaron, didn't you like just do it like without even realizing? Like 3 weeks in, you're like, wait, I haven't drank it in like a month.
Yeah, I only made it like 3 weeks because we went to the All-Star game in St. Louis last week of January. I only did it because I was just partying a lot in New York, and had just moved to LA. What's today's date? A year ago today.
Wow,
and
really?
Yeah, or maybe yesterday. Who cares? I just did it to chill out because I just moved and I didn't want to keep on the go.
It's like a tolerance break sometimes, you know?
You really have to stop smoking though, because I just smoked the whole month and like you don't lose any weight because you're just high as fuck the whole time.
And you're just, munchies, right? Yeah. So
I almost by the end of it, I was like, I should have just kept going out. Like at least I'd be on a bender.
You were just lonely for a month and just eating Doritos.
Basically.
So we tried doing Sober October, my whole house.
Yeah,
and-
before the Halloween party, right?
Yeah, in Lexi's house, because we were just going every weekend. Like, all right, we're gonna go sober before Halloween, and start off strong. I think I made it 12 days, and then I sat back and was like,
What was the moment? What was the moment where you're just like, I need to hear that crack?
it was a Friday after work.
Oh,
And everyone's like, so we watching a movie tonight? I'm like, fuck this. Literally fuck
we're
this.
getting
I don't know
wasted.
why I'm doing this. I started going like public on Snapchat stories, like throwing a fit. Like, how are you guys? Who's sober? Like, why would you ever do this? So
Oh,
Weren't you guys drinking O'Doul's?
yeah, we were drinking Bush NA non-alcoholic.
yeah,
on the
I
go.
was, I think the longest I made it, because there was a time where I had to quit. I was going through like a mental breakdown, like anxiety wise, and I hopped on Zoloft. And like to get it to work initially, like I obviously like couldn't drink, but I was in college. So like, God, I was having this inner struggle of like, God, I don't want to like let my friends know I'm having an existential crisis. But I also don't want to be the guy, not drinking. But then, once I got it to work, and I think I went like a good month and a half of not drinking, it felt great. It was just kind of revitalizing, honestly. But then I was able to get back to college and then kind of felt better, cured whatever was going on with me. And I was able to kind of manage the alcohol. And, I'm drinking light beer. That's the other thing. But it adds up when you're slamming them. But Sober January, you think you could do it, Austin?
So, okay, so here we go again. We're like drinking every Saturday, like hardcore. And I'm like, all right, after New Year's, I think I'm going to try to do Sober January, because then we started having the discussion, well, what's like the most boring month or the best month to do it? And January is
great
freezing. The only reason you might not do it in January is because you have playoff football. But it's like, can you go playoff football without drinking?
Yeah. Thoughts there?
I don't even think you're like gonna. I mean, dude, I did it. It sucks. There's nothing to do. I guess what you start to realize is that, as sad as it is, like your whole life's based around drinking. And you're not alone, man.
Yeah.
Like, you know what happy hours are? It's just people drinking. You know what? Yeah,
Even just having a
networking
beer.
events are. It's drinking. Every trade show I've ever been to, there's always like a happy hour at like 2:30 in the afternoon, and they cut the show early. Everyone's life is just based around drinking. It's just how, like, what do we have to do between drinking, right? So, like, do we have to work? Do we have to feed our kids? These are just things you do between drinking sessions.
Correct. But it's also like you brought up a great point too, where it's like just after work, you know, you just put in a hard day and you're just like, man, I just kind of want a cold, refreshing beer. And we obviously have to be cognizant of people who struggle with addiction issues, you know, who can't just have one beer. But you said it, you know, what's the problem with, as you said, getting together with friends, enjoying something? And, you know, as you said, it must suck doing it for a month. And January playoff football is tough, but at least it's not the Super Bowl, right? You got to have a Super Bowl, which is in February, and that's kind of your reward for January. New Year's is big, you know, and obviously doing a lot of drinking. Yeah, I think January is a solid month. You want to keep it winter because, you know, there's always so many opportunities when the weather's nice out. But speaking of New Year's, is it still lit anymore? I was doing some hard thinking about this, and I think New Year's ages 17 through 19, maybe 20. That's the best time. That's the best time. Now it's too expensive. You know, what were the days of the house party where we all were just, you know, ganking each other's beer, having a good time, and it was New Year's and we're all blacked out.
You're definitely right. I think whenever you would come home from college and everybody comes home for that winter break,
But it was
that's when
before the bars, though, because then we'd all get separated. You know, I felt it was like before we were of legal age, but, you know, we were going to house parties, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I've done it all. I've gone to the house parties. I've gone to the chase.
Yeah.
It was the best in high school, 100%.
Bingo.
Because in high school, you're still underage. You like feel dangerous drinking. You might get to kiss that girl you've like had a crush on all year.
The cops might come tonight and break this up.
Yeah, you've just had 3 weeks off of school. Your adrenaline's pumping. Mainly the ladies. That's what always gets you juiced up in high school. To answer your question, it's been dead for probably since you're 18. No one likes New Year's. Every year, everyone you talk to says New Year's is overrated. Who's even rating it anymore? Like, can it be overrated if every single person you know hates it?
And it's going to be especially dead this year, I think. But Austin and I were talking, so we're having get-togethers just at our place, which is kind of like, you know, that's great. It's kind of a callback to the old days where you're not, God, we're sounding old, but where you're not trying to figure out, okay, which spot is the best deal to where $200 and we get, you know, half a baked burrito in the morning once it's 1 a.m. and we can drink all we can drink, just half shots all night that are probably watered down. Like that's the nuisances. And then somebody's like, oh, this is the better deal. That's the better deal. I don't know. I just like kind of just winging it, right?
And like everyone that works at a bar is like trying to sell tickets to whatever New Year's Eve event they have.
Yeah.
Everyone that works at Wheelhouse and Star Bar.
Exactly.
And you're like, just leave me the fuck alone. What are you guys doing for New Year's this year?
Yeah, I know what you guys are saying. I think I just hear New Year's and I'm like, let's fucking go.
Yeah.
But you're right. Like,
It's always
like,
cold too. Like I hate
like-
that about it.
It's like, well, where are you going? Well, where are you going? And then like everybody ends up going to just the place that whoever had the loudest voice, basically.
And friendships are put to the test. You're like, you left me. It's like, no, I just went to this bar. I was meeting up with this guy. I'm coming. I swear, man, I got you an Uber. Like but then the stories the next day are always great. Aaron, you're going to Vegas, right?
So
we're
turn
just
out
hosting here.
being pretty fun.
True.
Well,
you
like
make
as
the
much
most
as
out of it.
everyone hates it, like, you know, everybody dresses up, you're with your friends, you're feeling good, spicy, and so I'm having
it's about how you take it though. Yeah, exactly. It's about your mindset. Like I can have a fun time just doing sitting around a house, which is probably what we're going to do this year. You know, it's the most of what you make about it, but I'm still going to have a lot of fun at a bar. I'm totally overpaying for anyway, no matter what.
Sure. I can't even remember what I did last year. Who cares?
Yeah. Moving on. What are we doing this year? So we're staying put. Aren't you going to Vegas?
No, I'm having a party. I was just in Vegas. I just got back from there like
Okay.
10 minutes ago.
3 parties. 3 parties in the chat.
This is going to be a great episode 10. Wow, that will be solid.
Yeah, we're for sure going to get fined.
Yeah. So what's going on there? I mean, like, I'm probably having, 10 to 15, maybe 20 if we're getting crazy, but I'm in a smaller place. But
Wait, you know that many people in Minnesota already?
hell yeah, bro. You already know.
Feels like I'm a regular.
It's the
at
most
the
friends I've
party.
had over in 2 years. It was South Dakota. I was like, hey, you want to go to
Shit.
bingo? Yeah. I'll see you later. What happened there?
Austin, are you throwing a party?
Yep. And I'm pretty sure you can get fined here if you have like over 10 people or something ridiculous. But I'm just going to say this. We're getting demolished in 2 months. This may or may not be the last hurrah. So if you're listening, hit me up. You can probably come.
Wow.
I've only been there a couple times and it still holds a place in my heart. I mean, there won't be a
I mean,
place like there again.
I'm going to tell my kids about this place. No, there's no question. It's sad.
Wait, do I need to come home?
Yeah, no kidding. I'm checking flights right now, actually. Any update with that? So you're getting demolished. You're still thinking about possibly going to Dallas, D-Town. What are the roommates thinking? We got a little inside access there?
Haven't really discussed it too much with them. I think they're kind of waiting on me. But I'm having a meeting with my boss Wednesday morning. I said, hey, I want to have an end of year meeting with you. He's like, oh God, all right. He's like, send me an invite. So I got a whole plan put together. I'm basically going to be like, hey, I want to leave you. Also, can I have a raise? So he's probably not going to be too happy with me. So I created a little PowerPoint of why I deserve a raise.
Heady play.
And it's
at my work.
It's kind of funny and cheesy, and I mean, there's a lot of good points in it, though. It's mainly for him to show his boss, basically, make it easier for him to convince his boss to give me a raise. So we'll see how that goes.
And I was talking with you right before we hit record. It's like, you could totally finesse. Maybe he'll fix your moving costs and move your stuff down there because you're staying with the same company if you're potentially going down to Dallas. But the larger issue there is asking for a raise. And I think I've done it twice. So my first stint in Rugby, North Dakota, I was getting paid, dick. So like I only lasted 10 months there anyway. So I didn't, ask for a raise. But I was 2.5 years down in Rapid City. And after each year, I was like, hey, I think I deserve this. I'm improving in this categories. The key is to, have your list, as you said, your PowerPoint of your strengths, also have your weaknesses. You also want to highlight, hey, here's something I could do better. But just the ability, you could ask every single year, right? It's not like you're always improving. It's not like, unless you are getting worse, and your boss would say that. But I don't know. Austin kind of said he's never asked for a raise before. And I found that interesting. Like, Aaron, what have been some of your raise experiences? What works? What doesn't work?
Yeah, I've never asked for a raise. I'm trying to think why. I worked at the same company and quit to move to New York. And then I quit my next company and then I started my own company. So what my advice would be just to tell him, yo, I'm not trying to get stuck in St. Louis the rest of my life. I need a raise. I want to move to Dallas. And if he says no, just get a new engineering job. I guarantee you'll get paid more. It's like the number one job to fill in the US right now.
That was the other thing because Austin slipped in. Do I have to threaten him? No, I don't think you have to threaten him, but there is such a thing as leverage where if he shuts you down, you got to be like, okay, well, then I'm going to keep my options.
I'd also be like, it's been 2 years. Like, this is so reasonable. I would overshoot your raise. I'd ask for like a 35% raise because then he's probably going to compromise at like 25. Don't go in there for like a 15%. It's been 2 years. I'd be like, yeah, I'm basically like wasted away my early 20s at this company. Never asked for a raise, never asked for anything. Now I'm asking for your raise and move to Dallas. And if you can't get it done, then you obviously don't give a fuck about me. So I'm going to quit.
Yeah, that's money. That's asking for a raise 101 by Aaron.
If the company you work for doesn't care like about your life if like you're literally just a paycheck to
you got to
them.
have talent retention. Yeah, that's the key to being a
then
good
there's
company.
no point in working there. Like, why the fuck do you want to slave away for somebody who like doesn't care if your kids are okay, or like doesn't care like if your wife's sick? Like, you don't want to work with people like that.
No, you're right. And I mean, they're a small business and they do care. And the only reason I didn't get one last year is because the company wasn't doing well for federal reasons.
I asked for like at the end of my second year was during COVID. So I was literally like in May, I was like, hey, like 2 years, I think I deserve a raise, but I'm obviously like cognizant to we're not in a good place right now. So again, it's just being reasonable.
But I definitely think it's probably gonna go well because I'm like the only mechanical designer and one of 2 mechanical engineers now. So without me, I don't know what they'd really do. So you're right. I might have to just shoot for the stars and see what they come back with.
Yeah, for sure, dude.
And again, if anybody from my work is listening, please keep low until Thursday.
And you can like look around, like that's the beauty of the internet is you can look around like what people are making in your field, what people are making in St. Louis. You could, here's the beauty of it too. Hold on, Dallas, there's no state income tax. I mean, you're already going to be saving a good chunk there, just moving. So that's interesting. All right, let's get to the Bachelor. No, it's not what you.
Let me interject here real quick.
Yes,
I have a live question for the group. It's coming from one Kayla Neskar. Okay.
God.
So as we all know, Kayla's a fucking mess, right? This is gonna be a pretty funny segment. She's a fucking mess. Anyway, she dates like 12 guys at once. So this guy she likes a lot blocked her and Chloe from his stories when he went to Tulum like yesterday or 2 days ago, right?
What is Tulum?
Mexico, dude.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I'm married.
It's like this beautiful place in Mexico.
Yeah.
You sleep in cabanas or whatever.
It's underneath Playa. It's beautiful.
Gotcha.
So he goes there. He tells her like, hey, I'm going there. Like I'm going to miss you. Like maybe I love you. I don't really understand that relationship. I don't know. And so he goes there and then he blocks Kayla and Chloe from seeing his stories on Instagram. But Kayla used her Finsta to check his story, and he has all these stories in Tulum.
Okay.
So she's asking me what to do. I told her to just straight up text the guy and be like, why'd you block me from your stories? You're super sketch.
Yeah.
What the fuck's the deal?
I mean, first of all, that's obviously sketch, but equally sketch on the other part is using the third party app to try. And were the stories bad?
Yeah.
That's my question.
But I think it's less sketch by the girls because you already have to assume girls are doing this when you talk to a girl. Like you have to assume they have a Finsta. You can't get anything past them. Like those are the parameters you live in as a man in 2020.
My mind is blown because you could have told me Finsta was a location of a city in Mexico and that Tulum was the app to check it, and you would have had me. No, that goes without saying that, obviously sketched by the guy. I mean, that's just straight up. It's like, I would just bring that up, be like, hey, you're like,
right. He's totally fucking another chick in Mexico, right?
Well, I mean, what's so weird too is like what you have to show like a segment of your boys how fun Tulum is, but it's too scandalous for, the chick who's dating your number 11 to her, just written on your forehead.
Yeah. Well, this guy might be like number 2.
Oh, okay. Well, then maybe you should let him do what he wants.
Thoughts?
I mean, she just got to let this guy live his life. Kayla's Finsta is crazy. He dates a different guy every single night. It is
Don't say the
mind-blowing.
name.
Don't give the at.
Oh yeah, I won't say the at.
Don't give up the handle. But yeah, dude, she's wild.
But like every person she's dating, I mean, it's nothing real. I mean, at least for now. So
I know she claims to really like this guy. I told her to be an adult about it and be upfront, and then she said that everybody's telling her, "What's the point? He's just gonna lie to you." I'm like, just move on.
Well, then call him on his bullshit. Yeah, just don't be a pushover. Don't be a rug.
This is what I said. I said to text him. One sec.
Wait, real quick. How does she know that he's creating stories that she can't see?
Right.
From her Finsta, she looked at his story That's
Oh.
public, but
Oh.
she could see it, but he blocked her and Chloe.
All right, what you doing right now? Let's get a live interview right now. What is on the story?
So I said, it's just him in Mexico and shit. I said, why don't you text him like an adult and be like, yo, I really like you, but I know you're hiding your stories from me and Chloe, and I don't deal with fake shit. So explain yourself or I'm moving on. And for once, she was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to not be toxic. And now she's fucking backtracking because she loves being toxic. It's like her favorite thing.
Whoa, I was going to say like the opposite. I don't think she should say anything. First of all, he's going to be like, well, how do you know that? Are you stalking me from a
Exactly.
It's a catch.
That's what I said to Dylan. These girls, you have to assume they own a Finsta. Like, you cannot hide shit.
And then it becomes over like, oh, maybe he's not ready for something, and then she's too pushy. Like, I don't know.
It is a
And
very
caught in the
bizarre
act,
thing to do, though.
It'll
Just-
probably scare him away. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Should I call her and give us?
let's get her
our advice?
availability. We might slip her in here towards the end for a live interview. Our first guest. Thank you for the listener submission, by the way, Kayla Neskar.
You want me to ask her if she should go on the pod? If she wants
That's
to
Yeah,
go?
correct.
send her the Zoom invite.
Yeah, 100%. We'll get our first. So that's something we are planning on doing as live guests. So that's something to look forward to. We'll see if we could slip her in this this end of this episode. If not, we'll schedule it for next episode. That'll be a good first guest. All right, let's see here as we're wrapping up. We're going to be short and sweet here. We're just kind of the pod's winging it. We're really winging it this week. I tell you what. But good things happen, right? We just secured our first guest. How about that? Okay, I got to.
She said she's down.
Okay, word.
Send
All
her
right,
the
send her the
invite
link,
right
and
now.
we'll get her in right here. I've just got a short and sweet sonnet for what exactly is the welding mask doing? I mean, seriously. Okay, I'm with you. Wear a mask. I hate him as much as the next guy, but I'm trying to save grandma and grandpa. God, I mean, I've lost a guy I literally worked with who was, I believe, in his 60s, but just terrifying thing. He was lost to COVID. So I don't want to kind of run over that as well. That's the first guy I've known who passed away from this. And it's like, shit, it's real. But the welding mask, I mean,
I thought you literally meant like mask.
well, you know what I'm talking about, though.
Yeah.
And maybe it works both ways. What the hell is that welding mask working? Don't the sparks like come up under the whole thing? It's so open underneath. And it's just like, what is, if you sneeze, yeah, maybe the particles straight up in front of your face are protected, but isn't like your air just slipping out in front of the next person? I mean, how are people able to get away with that? I saw a guy at the gym wearing one. I was like, dude, stop killing me.
Well, wasn't Ian and your mom wearing them at the
Yeah, my mom was handing them out. I was like, what is this doing? And then you look
And at your wedding?
yeah, she was handing them out, the welding mask. Still the
Dude, they
greatest.
have to have some protection. I mean, think about it. You're wearing
Well,
a
it's better
mask
than nothing, but it's
and a
kind of
welding
like,
mask. I mean, how is someone else's breath going to get under there and then over the
well, no,
mask?
I'm talking about guys just wearing the welding mask.
Oh, see, I feel like people who wear the welding mask also wear the mask because they're like
Yeah.
super anal.
Not this clown using the bicep machine today. I mean, I'll tell you what, I was jealous though. God, I'm dying in my mask trying to bench press. And here's this guy sweating freely over here in fucking Ford's F1 Mask 50. That was a great joke. We've got Kayla Neskar coming up here in just a little bit. We're also running out of time because I have the inability to purchase Zoom Pro. Let's see. Let's get to Stream East halftime show. And I believe this will wrap up today's week until, did I mess that up? Until we've got our first guest.
So wait, do you guys stream your games or?
Yes. Yes.
I'm just waiting for Kayla to pop her head in here any second.
Oh, I've got control. I'll give you guys the heads up.
Okay. But so Stream East is like the main platform to stream football and basketball games, and every single halftime they put on bangers, and they have this cat just nodding its head back and forth to these bangers. And literally every time my roommates will turn on full blast and just start nodding their heads on the couch, going with the beat for like 20 minutes to every halftime show.
I saw that video yesterday. I was fucking dying.
And like, if you don't go to the beat and put your hands up, it's like, get out of the living room.
Dude, so the reason I'm so ignorant on this is because once the first time I think I tried to use a site and it like immediately I had to call Geek Squad. I was like, okay, my computer's shutting the fuck down. Like literally, like I've tried to use it twice and I've immediately gotten a virus. So I'm one of those cop outs that has NFL Sunday Ticket, NBA League Pass, NHL TV, MLB TV. So I'm set. That's why I'm ignorant. Stream East. I thought you were talking about Dave East rapping during the Super Bowl halftime. No?
Wait, you literally didn't know what I was talking about when I said Stream East?
I thought it was a incoherent sentence. I just read what was in front of me actually.
But
it sounds lit.
Well, I went to Gray's the other day and he had Sunday Ticket on a 75-inch TV and he had 4 games. So like I don't blame you. It's awesome. But like if you don't have it, you're gonna go to Stream East. And they also have the same cat in the corner of every game nodding its head throughout the whole game. No one really notices it, but there's always this cat.
I've never noticed that.
It's so stupid. But it's never given me a virus or anything.
I don't know what it is with me. It's like you
just need someone to walk you through it.
Like most things. We'll break early here because Kayla Neskar is ready in the wind. She's going to come on here and take some questions. Yeah, our first interview guest here. This is perfect timing, about a nice 35 minutes here of great content for you here. Winging It episode. I already forgot. I think it's 9. Yes, it is 9. Kayla Neskar going to wrap us up with the first ever live interview next. All right, first guest. We're jacked. First guest, Winging It here. You just heard basically the breakdown here. If you're just joining us, Kayla's problem here. Maybe not a problem. We're kind of working through it. Yes, it's us, your relationship counselors. But Kayla, welcome to the podcast. Our first guest. How do we work this out? This is awesome.
I'm excited to be here. Talk about this. See what you guys can give me. Give me some male advice here.
All right. So let's start with your recount of the events. What's going on?
All right. So I've been talking to this guy for 2.5 months, right? Every single day. He lives in New York. He went to Laguna Beach back home for Thanksgiving, right? And he just like didn't come back.
He's alive? I mean, what's going on?
He just went to California. And well, it was actually 2 weeks before Thanksgiving. So I thought he was going to come back to New York.
Wait, so has he been gone the entire time y'all have been talking?
No. So
have you ever seen him in person?
These are pressing questions.
So no. So we were talking for 3 weeks. but no, it's like now it's been 2 and like almost 3 months because he's kept it up every single day. Like he talks out end the conversation and he's like, "Hey, what's up? Miss you." And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, low-key, you probably don't even live in New York and you were Airbnb-ing this entire time.
Wow.
Could you imagine?
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
Wait, you've never seen his place?
No, I have.
Oh, okay.
His alleged place.
Right. Like he could have been Airbnb-ing that thing.
Okay. What is the age of this man?
He is 27.
Okay. And wait, so the issue is, so he went to California, but now he's currently in a place I had never heard of, Tulum. I've heard it's beautiful. I'm going to have to look it up.
Come on, Dill.
I know. What the hell? I'm the old guy.
Come on. Do better.
I'm younger than him, though. How about that?
All right. Fine.
So he blocked you from Snapchat? So that's an issue. I mean, that we all agreed that's a little bit sketchy.
Instagram. So
Instagram. Okay.
Is that worse? I mean, I don't Snapchat. I really don't.
I didn't even know that you could do that on Instagram.
Like you can do it from your story. You can hide people from your stories.
Oh yeah, you can hide people from your posts.
Oh, I do it all the time.
First of all,
I really do.
Kayla, real quick,
Yeah.
Is this Piano Man?
No. Oh my God.
Yeah,
That's a whole nother. No.
Wow.
Okay, Kayla, let's break it down. Let's say you have 10 men in your life, okay, that you're currently dating, because it's probably pretty accurate.
So weird.
One is the guy you want to marry and you want to date. 10 is the guy that, you know, you're just fucking for a filet mignon. Where does this guy fall on the scale?
True. What number is he?
This is really embarrassing. Like, I think he's like a 3.
Okay, so he's high up there. You were on top of this, Aaron.
That's marriage
Yes.
material.
Yes. Yeah. It's really bad. Like, I seriously, this is so embarrassing. I'm about to say it, but my friends were like, manifest it, you know, like he'll come back, just manifest it, write down that you're going to marry him. So if you literally look in my room, it's so embarrassing. If anyone sees it, it says like, I'm going to marry blah, blah, blah. Like, it's so embarrassing.
That's actually what I did for my wife. I wrote it down on my iPhone notes. It's romantic. I mean, what do you mean?
Well, shit.
Really,
This will be
though.
airing. This will be airing at the wedding.
Yeah,
Plot twist.
that'd be one hell of a story.
Wait,
right.
manifesting is definitely a thing though. Like I do believe in it now. I used to not, but too many things that I've like prayed for so long have happened that I do
Right.
believe that.
You
But are
wanna
they
have it
saying
in writing.
manifest? Are they saying manifest him unblocking you from the stories?
No. This
Well, yeah,
was when we were on good terms, and it literally says, I will marry blah, blah, blah.
Well, here's the
Like,
question.
that was my manifestation.
What are you doing next? Are you going to call him
And
on
I got blocked.
You calling him on it?
I don't know. Aaron's telling me to call him. But I'm kind of wanting to just sit back and continue to watch from my fake account.
Does this guy know that you have a Finsta / has he ever been on it?
No.
Neither.
Has he been posted about on
Yeah.
it? Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
You clearly do not follow.
So I honestly don't think you should say anything. I think you should see
Wow.
how the whole vacation plays out through your Finsta. And then
Right.
maybe if you like next time you see him, like give him a little jab. Like, hey,
Oh, like
I've
test
been
him?
stalking you low key, but what's up? Because I feel like if you do say something, you're gonna kind of scare him away. He's gonna be like, "Whoa, what the fuck?"
But
thought
I have
blocked her. She's
I
seen
have the
everything."
opposite point of view because Dylan was like, that's kind of weird if a girl's stalking you from like a different account. I
never
was
heard of
saying
Finsta.
you have to assume girls know everything when you date them now. Like you can't like this dude's such an amateur that maybe he actually isn't hiding anything.
He's
Because,
an
like,
amateur.
how
He's blocking on Instagram. I mean, this
Dude,
guy is like a
he's-
genius.
He's public. Unless does your Finsta follow him?
No.
The whole world can
Public?
see this man's story except the chick that he's claiming to like a lot.
That's why you got to
Right.
call him on it.
It's
Huh.
almost embarrassing though, because I'm looking at the stuff that he's hiding and it's a flight.
And what is it? Yeah, what is it?
It's an airplane window. And we've talked about him going to Tulum. I knew he was doing that. It's not like it's a surprise.
Oh, so he didn't even tell you he was going to Tulum?
No,
No,
I
he
knew
didn't.
that.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Who is he
Which
going
is
with?
just, he's going with he's at a group of it's like 5 guys.
Well,
So
do you
it's
think
a
maybe
dude
they
trip
were like,
for sure.
you think they were like, hey, dude, let's all block our chicks, you know,
That's
whatever
so
goes.
weird.
Does that happen?
No, that's so weird. That's like 7th grade.
I'm wondering if he did something he didn't want you to see.
But she
and
did
just
see it, right?
and forgot to unblock you.
Oh.
But no
Like,
matter
if you-
what, you can see it, is what my understanding.
Yeah, but I'm saying maybe there was a time between him blocking you and you realizing that was over 24 hours and you had missed something.
Damn. Wait, how long have I been blocked?
I don't know.
Wait.
When's he supposed to get back?
All right, so you want to hear a little plot twist that I kind
Sure.
of like maybe think that I made him do this?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So he's been a little bit sketchy before this. So we're gonna bring up Hinge now, okay? So he was the first Hinge date I've ever been on. I've been on
Aw.
Hinge. I talk to guys, but I don't go on dates on Hinge. I just haven't wanted to. So whatever. So when he went to California, about 4 weeks in, he changed his location to Laguna Beach.
Oh, so he updated his
I'm like-
profile. Okay.
So you're active on that because you know Hinge does not do it automatically. You manually do that. So I didn't say anything, right? And then a couple of weeks goes by. You know, I find out he's going to Tulum. I check it again. It's Tulum. He changed it to
Really?
Tulum. Yes. So then I changed mine to Tulum.
That's a heady play.
Wait, why?
Like if you would pop up.
Yeah.
No, because we're already matched. But I told him, I said, because he was deciding between Mexico City and Tulum. I was deciding between Tulum, Vermont, and Miami.
In St. Louis.
Fuck off. I'm going to Miami.
Vermont though snuck in
Yeah.
there. That's interesting.
Well, I was gonna go boarding, but
Shred it.
So you
Yeah.
think he's still looking on the prowl? And he
I'm just
kinda-
wondering if
I mean,
like
that's adding
he's-
to the suspicious activity. That is a nice footnote. I mean,
Here's the thing, like here's the question though. Did he see that I had decided to loom and like blocked me from knowing that he was going and like wants to like do his
Oh, he
own
just
thing
wanted to do
there
a
and
boys'
thinks
trip?
that right, like if he found out that I was going to Tulum through Hinge, did he want to like just like not see me in Tulum?
You mean like you think that he thinks you might have gone like crazy? He's like, I need to get away from this girl.
He's just like, oh god, no, I'm actually in Mexico City, Missouri.
Right.
Wait, when's the last time you spoke to him?
Last night.
When was the last time you talked on Hinge?
Oh fuck. Like 2.5, like when
When it's
But
That's
it's easy to see if somebody not has changed their city, but it's easy to like see because it says
you
their
can
name.
go back. Right.
Yeah.
It's right there.
all right. I think we need
Definitely
to
possible.
culminate this episode in our first guest appearance, Kayla. Again, thank you for your time.
Yeah.
With what you're gonna do next, like
Right.
what's the finish? Me and Aaron are saying call him on it. So here's my thing. I would just be like, "Sup, bitch." I mean, what's going on here? Like, I would just call him and be like, "This is sus." Yeah,
I'd be
all
like,
right, maybe I'm
"Sup,
piggybacking
bitch."
off of. Well, no, but like, just be. I know don't want to say like get walked over, but I understand if you don't want to scare him off. Austin's point too, but you could just be like, "Hey, like this is a little weird that you wanted to just block me, from a fucking party city."
The other thing is like if you want to just sit back and see if it maybe happens again, or if he blocks you like again and you can't see part of his story, you're just delaying the inevitable. So at least if you bring it up to him,
Right.
you could be like, "Hey, I'm not being crazy, but like obviously something's up."
That's crazy. Hey, I'm not crazy,
when you
but
start
like
with that, yeah.
No, but he's
No.
gonna try to.
That's crazy.
27's your peak fuck boy stage. So he's
Oh,
gonna
totally.
try to be like, "You're crazy. Why'd you check my story on another account?" And you can be like, "That's literally like besides the point. Like, why did you
Right.
block me? You're super sketch, and if you're this sketch, I don't like want to be with you. I burnt the notebooks."
they're burned.
In a ceremony. No, like again, too, like how to bring it up, because like it could be like, hey, I wouldn't bring up the Hinge stuff, but that's kind of adding to where like I would call him on it. I'd be like, hey, what's going on? But yeah, it's just like, hey, what's up? Like you went to Tulum, and what's the deal?
And
Well,
then
maybe
slide
just
in like
discussion.
in PS. Do you even live in New York?
Yeah, like are you
I've already
come
called him
back?
out on it. I've asked him if he has a girlfriend. I've asked him if he lives in New York, and I've asked him if he's gay. Trifecta.
Do you ask him
have
if he's
to.
a big dumbass?
Not yet. Shit.
Okay, next
Might say
episode
yes
we
to
get
that.
him on the exclusive interview, and you two
Jesus
debate.
Christ. Here's the
No?
thing, though. If we do go back to New York, he's been living there for 3 months. I'm kind of like his key. Like I already took him to like a few parties, and he was like, "Wait, what the fuck?" He doesn't know a lot of people, so he's been at places where he knows everyone. So when he comes back, he's gonna be like, "Kayla," and if I'm just like,
Ooh. Oh, you're shutting him out of the clique, of the party scene. That's how you
Yeah.
play.
Just to make him want you more, though, right?
"Well, yeah," but then I'm just gonna see ya.
Yeah.
but
So you
at the
think I
end
should
of the
call him out? That's like pussy move.
You got
Yeah,
it.
you should
All right,
call him
so
out
you're
and
with
move
us.
on.
Yeah, come on.
Like on any given day, you can match with 12 people on Hinge. Who gives a fuck if this guy comes back to New York and he's like, "Oh, I don't know anyone."
New York's a
Like,
huge city. I don't know.
yeah,
if you know
you're
that.
gonna find some friends, buddy. Here's your lunch pail and umbrella.
All right,
Well,
one
you
last
know who I'm
rebuttal. One
I'm
last
talking to
rebuttal
Dylan
from
Francis
Austin
right
and
now.
Kayla
I'll
here
call
for the
him.
other side.
All right, go on.
You didn't have any, Austin? Sorry. I didn't mean to cut
No,
you off,
I was
Kayla.
saying I'm like talking to Dylan Francis right now. I'll just call him.
Yeah. Just tell him to make a
just
Pick
bang.
up that
I'm
name
I'm
you
dead
just dropped.
ass. He's like, "You come out to LA often?" I'm like, "Yeah."
All the time.
So wait, Aaron, can I stay with you and then we'll go to like Dylan Francis's house?
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely stay with me. I don't know if I'll be partaking because what is this, a threesome situation?
No, we're
or-
just gonna hang out and then like go to Coachella next year.
And then we'll
You're
get him on
telling
the pod.
me you're going to Dylan Francis's house and not getting any dick. Now I know Kayla Neskar is tripping.
I don't know.
You know,
I
what's
don't
funny
know.
is last time Kayla was like, "I'm going to LA. Do you think Aaron would let me like stay at his place for one night?" I go, "There's no fucking chance Aaron would let you stay there."
Why not?
I was like, okay. Anyway.
But yeah, you're always welcome. Are you kidding? My door's wide open.
Wow, that's so nice. Yeah, I didn't even want to ask. Austin
just
goes,
be
no
up
fucking
front.
chance.
Just be
He
up
goes,
front
don't
with
do
your
that.
guy.
Don't even ask him. He goes, that's so dumb.
Kayla, we'll have to follow back with you. Do you have a
Yeah.
decision? Are you going to call him out? And we appreciate your time once again.
Gosh, yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna sleep on it. I think no rash decisions here.
Good stuff.
This guy's
There-
a 3 on the marriage scale, so you know.
Yeah, I mean, that's breaking news.
I know.
Did you ever think that you would be our first guest?
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
You're like, I've been manifesting.
Of course. That's my second manifestation. So I can't burn it, I guess. Oh well.
Kayla Neskar, thank you for gracing us with your presence. We hope it works out with number 3. And that concludes Winging It here. My goodness. Happy New Year, everyone.
Good talk.
Yeah.